Welcome back to another video. I'm trying to make a video game about a village simulator. I'm so happy you're joining me on this adventure. Have about 63, 64 videos out. It's been quite the journey already. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I got a long ways to go before I would say that this is even close to being a game, but it's starting to, we got some things. We got our UI, we got our AI for our villagers. They're doing different things, fixing some bugs here and there. Still got some bugs with taking resources to um, blueprints, which I'm not 100% sure why that happens. Oh, actually, I think I kind of do. Um, when we take resources, let's see, where's the pre-planning? See, set target, da da da, is task. Um, this isn't what the video is about. Today's video, we're going to be actually looking into AI. What I mean by AI is having another entity on the screen that's not a villager and how that might affect things. Let's see, where are we going here? So this is our set target, which happens in our pre-planning. So set the target, and in the pre-planning, it's just saying that our target resource is this. We want this. Okay. Um, However, I think in our, let's see. Well, I'll figure it out. We have berries being sent to blueprints, and that shouldn't be happening. And I think it has to do with this is being set here, but then in our take resource from ground, if I go to it, um, when we find and you see this right here, this target object that becomes a target object. Find object. Let's go to the find object. This in no way checks if this resource is the target resource. Um, so we could do this. Let's just try this out. I know this isn't really what the video was about, but if resource target resource, if AI agent dot target resource is not equal to null. Okay, if resource item info, shoot, how do I even check this? If resource dot item info dot target resource dot maybe item name is equal to target resource. Then we will do this. Let's just test this out, and I'll just test that real quick. I know this episode's not about that. I kind of want to just do some kind of AI enemy character maybe. So let's do a build first. So I'm going to build a house here. And then let's see if I can find, let me click on gather. Let's see if I can find a berry somewhere. Okay, where's the berries? Are you kidding me? Way over here. All right, so let me click that. We'll see what happens. Okay, here comes our little guy. Takes it. Oh, and he is not doing anything. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let me click here and see if this does it. No. So, That must not be the correct thing. One thing I need to do is else if this is null, then we just would do this. Whoops, what? Okay. We would do that. Okay. So that if it was null, we would still just pick it up. So let's see. This probably doesn't represent this. Let's find all references so I can see how I'm using this. Target resources equal to item name. Okay, so is that what I was using? This is in our. Let me go to take resource from ground, take resource to blueprint. Let me go here, go to definition. Just looping through this, checking, return build resources J. What is this? A list of strings, build resources. Let me save it because so J. Let me just double check. Let me click on where we build a house. The build. The building here. Right here. House. Oh, I gotta go to the blueprints. That's why. House blueprint. And we're looking at build resources wood. Needs one of them. Let me go to our other interactables of resources wood. Let me just make sure. Yeah, resource name. Resource item is wood. So I don't know. All right, let's first build a house, and let's just first test out. I mean, if this doesn't work, then so it's not recognizing it. Okay, let me pause it for a second. Let me see these agents. Do they have a target resource? Target resource is nothing. Target resource is nothing. That's interesting. Let me go back to my script really quick. And if I don't spot this right away, I'll just do it off camera and get to the real episode. Take resource to blueprint. This is in the pre-planning. Set target. Get resource amount. So the pre-planning is before it does any action, it will set the resource target. And for some reason is it not doing this? Does this get reset somewhere else? Yeah, agent target resources equal to that. Where's this at? Okay, have not. What is this base? We don't need that. This is in perform action under the take resource from storage. Have not found a thing. Might not be needed. This. Okay. Where else are we setting it? Right here. Well, that's what we did. So for some reason it's not setting this. Let's just do a quick debug. .log. Let's do this. We kind of already know that, so let's just do this. And let's do like that, and plus so I can see it in the debugger. Just really quick, and then we'll get to it. I promise. I promise. Thinking about the AI a little bit, we need to. I'm gonna use an agent, make it an agent, and all right, let's pause it for a sec. It could be resource from storage. Just kind of scroll up and see if we see that anywhere. All right, well that's not working. I think I don't know. I'll have to, maybe I'm not putting this in the right spot. Let me go to this take resource from ground action. It could be that found object is true. I don't know. This, so we're not getting a target resource, which is weird. A matter of fact, we're not even here. Let me get rid of this for a sec. Let me just code this out. Coming out, coming out. Yeah. So for the AI, the enemy AI, I'm thinking to have it use an agent, and it'll have its own kind of goals and have its own kind of just have its own actions. Let me build a house. Let me gather and see if we can get that debug now. Okay. See, it is doing it. And it is finding the correct resource that it needs to get. Okay, well, I'll have to think about it. Let's just not worry about it for now. It's just a bug we gotta get fixed. All right, so let's do this AI. Let's see, what are we going to do? I kind of want to just take my villager interactable, plop them out here for a sec. Maybe go to prefabs and unpack completely. And let's just remove some things. AI stats. Let's go to actions. Let's remove all of these actions. Remove component. Remove everything. And then go to the goals and we'll do the same thing. So how are we going to do this? Good question. Well, first let's just say we want a enemy or a creature that will aggro if a villager is near it. So it has a goal that will attack a villager. All right, so let's go to let's see if we can just do this. This would be great if it just can work with our current system, and we don't really need to change too much. Um, Here's the thing: it should not use the same kind of villager stat controller as this one, because this one has particular things that relate to, like, finding a soulmate, um, things that would more relate to a villager. So this is definitely something that I need to perhaps just remove for now and come back to it in a sec. Um, let's do. Will that give me an error though? Because it has none. Well, we'll find out. Here we go. All right, our villager test agent. Let's rename this to what should we have as our first? I want to just say goblin. Just a goblin. That sounds cool. And let's change the graphics. And what I mean by graphics, I mean just the color. I wonder if I can do like a green. Yeah, there we go. So we got goblin. And the goblin, let's go to the scripts. And let's go to here. Let's go to goals. And let's add a goal. Script. Sure. Script. Move to threat. Okay, so if it feels like if it has a threat. Oh, is that a goal? That sounds more like an action. Let's just leave it for now. Let's go to the. No, let me move this to the action. So this is more of the action. AI action. Okay. The goal might be. I don't know. What can we name it? Let's see. We can name it attack goal or threatening goal. Let's just do attack goal for now. All right, so our AI, and really this, there, when you watch some examples of the uh, goal-oriented action plan, if you watch some tutorials or read about it, a lot of times they give you an example of like a enemy AI wants to attack, and so it will have different actions like find weapon, find range, and those will be different actions, and then it creates a uh, a plan based upon those things, like, and so it's flexible in how it might attack a person. Um, Whether or not it can find like a range weapon. If it can't find a range weapon, then do a plan where it would go and attack. For our AI, we might not really have that kind of situation where the goblin would go and find a weapon. You might already have weapons. Just have a so it doesn't need to be that kind of complicated. So I think just for now, as we're testing it, this might be like a single action. So we always change this to an AI action, and we delete this, and we want the public. We want to do some of the overrides. Override the before action. Override the is valid action. Override the pre-form action. Let me put this override our check condition. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this where I don't have to type this up. Sometimes I don't have a lot of time to really look into things. Override the pre-planning. Now we're probably not going to use all these. Override all those, and we just can get rid of the base. Whoops, why doesn't it like that? Okay, so I guess we have to do a base set target. Let me delete that. Let me leave this for now. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay. Okay, I guess it has to have the base. That's weird. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe it has to. Sorry, it has to return. Turn true. Sorry, return. Well, it probably would return false, and this would probably, for now, return true. So how is he going to? How is the move to threat is determined? Okay, that's the question. How do we know if there's a threat? You can tell I haven't put a ton of thought into this. But that's fine, so that you can see how I have to kind of think through my code of how I do things, and then do this. So we could try to find a target first to see where our threat is. However, we could also have that in our goals, like we have a threat of a goal, or sorry, a goal threat, and that goal could be triggered and set the threat. And then, so if target object is equal to not equal to null, then we're just going to return true. Okay. Is valid if target object is equal to true. Then we're going to return true. And this would return false. And we're not going to worry about this here. Perform action. Let's just do a debug.log. Performing move to attack. Just to kind of test this out, see if this works. Okay. How do we set this goal? This is where we probably need its own stat controller. One thing we could do, let's go back here, and let's just try to test out something a little bit different. So we have a box collider with a 2D. What if we add something and we just we're going to add something new. We'll test this out. We're going to call this the AI sensor. Okay. And I'm not really too sure what this will do. And so this will have a public This could be interesting. Let's think about this. All right, so it's model behavior. Maybe we have a public. Uh, I always forget how to do this stuff. Public virtual void um, check check. What do we want to call it? Check sensor. We'll just leave it like that. So it's public virtual that. All right. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, I kind of wanted this to be simple, but I want it to be flexible too. So we're not going to do, let's create a new folder and we're going to call it sensors. And so let's create a sensor. Let me think. Well, all right, new behavior script. We're going to call this, I don't know if we want to just say threat sensor, or let's just do it for now. We'll see how this kind of works out. All right, so this is going to take a AI sensor. All right, and we're going to do the override the check sensor. Okay. Whoops. Let's do a serialized field box collider 2D, and we're going to call this the threat sensor box collider. All right, and we have to set this set in inspector. Now we can always do let's delete this base one. If, hold on a second, how do we do this? Or, how often should we check the sensor? I'm just trying to think of some things. Let's delete this for a sec. We might not do a box collider. I was thinking I'd have a box collider, and then that would have the on trigger thing. The problem is, where am I going to put that box collider? It already has one box collider. Honestly, I'm not sure what it's used for right now. Oh, maybe the clicking. It's used for the clicking. So we already have one box collider here. We can't have two. I would have to do like another game object, and then on that game object, I would have to put the sensors. But maybe I could do like a box raycast with a box sphere raycast, circle raycast. Let's see. Raycast 2D. Is there like a sphere one? Physics. Sphere. Sphere collider now. Bounding sphere. Raycast 2D. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so I guess I don't know how. I could have sworn there's a way to do that. Is equal to. Let's just call it this. Let's just see what we can do here. New. Raycast 2D. Doesn't this use the... Let me go with my click detector so I can... It's been a while since I've done the raycast, so I can see what I gotta do here. Click detector. Hits, physics, raycast all. Gets the position. So this is using box... This uses box colliders. Right? It's sending it to here. And it's looking for colliders. Anyways, this is a point where we clicked. This has to be a vector 2. Vector 2, what's this? Direction? Origin and direction. The direction is 0. Here, let's go down and see what all we have here. Ooh, distance. Okay, so that's what we kind of want to do. All right. Let's copy this. Let's go to our threat sensor. So we're going to do a hit. We're going to do a position, which is going to be our transform. That position. Start there. Doesn't matter. Dot up, comma, distance. Let's just say 10. That's not good. Let's do a serialized field. Int sensor distance. I don't know. Sometimes uh, this might not be the way to do it, but I don't know. It might be fun to do it this way. I don't know. I'm digging it. You know, we could have like all these different sensors. I don't know whether it'll slow things down for each. Let me see how I did it here. For each raycast and hits is hits. That looks good. So for each raycast hits and hits, we want to do debug.log. Now this is just going to spam it. Come on now. Hit.collider.name. Just do that for now. And let's just say objects near me. Okay. All right, so we need a public update. Let me see how I do it with my AI agent. And really we could have this in the agent that checks sensors here. Like it'll get a list of all the sensors and it could check them all. This is called update sim. Oops, why did it do 0? Okay, check sensor. Let's see, AI agent. Let's go to the, let me go to the scripts. Go to my managers. Go to the game manager. And game speed update. Do we have like a register? Yeah, we got an event, so we need this. So let me go back to the AI agent. I probably have this right here. Copy this. Go to the sensor. Is this the best way to do it? I mean, it becomes very independent. And we obviously don't want that. It becomes very independent, but then it's like, I don't know. We'll test it out. Let's go to our enemy, our goblin. And let's just add we probably want to do like we did before, create empty one. We're going to call it sensors. And we're going to add the threat sensor to it. Distance is 10. Let's do that. Console objects near me, goblin. Nice. Let me pause it. Let me take the goblin, and we're going to move him. Okay, what the heck? Why can't I? Do I need to zoom in a lot? What? Where is he in this scene? All right, let's do this little trick. You want to not see all your canvas stuff? Just click there. I can't see it in here. Let me move him down over here and see what we get. And we're getting errors. Objects near me is that. Let me see what my errors are. Null reference, stack controller. Okay. We'll just say if stack controller is not equal to null. Because right now we don't have a stack controller. I might have to fix that. Let's play it again. Let's just see what's going on. Still getting null reference. What is this? Let's go back up here. Maybe I did some. If it's not equal to null, this. Okay, so down here maybe. All right. Maybe we have to have a stack controller. I don't want to do that right now, but just do it for now. Let's just give him a stack controller. Still getting an issue here. Why we're change one thing and then it starts not liking you. Okay, what's the issue? Let me just make sure. Let me go to the agent, the test agent. Go to the goblin. What is the problem? Do I just need to fill all that in? My home, soulmates. I don't want all this stuff. Work bar. I'm assuming it's just this guy right here. Yeah. It's saying null reference exception object reference not set to an instance of a object agent on enable. Save load manager instance on event. This has no problem. Why is this having a problem? Plus save data. All right, let me go to definition. What is null? Null reference exception. This line right here. Come on, man. Just on event. I don't want to take it away because save data. This is where you need comments. On save event. Okay, what's null? Is this null? The save data thing is null. Go to definition. Public void save data. This agent X transform position. Stat controller dot character stat dot save data. Go to definition. This. I wonder if I can click the goblin I dot. Oh, I can click him. Huh, that's cool. It's working. Look, this stuff's working. Why are you giving me such a hard time about it? Oh. Alright, I'll maybe fix that later. Let me just move this guy over here. See what happens. Clear everything. I'm getting goblin, 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 but nothing else. Why not? It should be like spamming a ton of stuff. Let me go back into the threat sensor. For each raycast hits, raycast all, transform position, vector up. Is that why? Maybe I'm not supposed to do vector up. What if I do vector 0? The direction does not matter. I don't care about a direction. Let me move the guy. Alright, there we go. Now we're getting things. Maybe. You see, I'm here because I'm directly overlapping them. I move it away. He's over there. Okay, he's test agent. So that's not right. The direction is important, but I don't know what. How do you do the direction? How do you do a sphere? Vector. I want to do a sphere. Hold on, maybe raycast or circle dot raycast circle raycast sphere. Figures 2D dot raycast all. Let me see all the different ones. We got the origin and direction. Origin, direction, distance. Layer mask, minimum depth, maximum depth. Okay. So I could have sworn there was a way to do a sphere. Come on now. Or a circle. Raycast all. All right, let me just pause the video real quick and see if I can search it. Okay, so in your physics 2D, there's something called circle cast all. Um, I don't know about this. I'm going to test it out. I didn't really look too much into it, but there still needs to be a direction. So let's just test this out. Play it. Hmm. So now we're not getting anything. So that's not right. Right, we got sensor distance. Make sure I'm setting that sensor distance. Sorry, let me go to the sensors. We got 10 for, yeah, that's right. So what does this need to be? Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. We got the origin, which is the position. We have the float, which is the radius, and then the direction. I don't know. Direction 0. Would that work? Let's find out. I don't know if it needs to be direction 0 or you just say up. I don't see why you need. I guess I'm just not understanding it because I don't see why you need. So ooh, it's picking up a lot of things. Okay, so that seems to be the thing. I guess the direction doesn't really matter. I don't know why it has it. So you can see it has a thread. It's hard to tell. Like it looks like, yeah, about there. Okay, so we can say the thread is 10. Okay, so how does it determine a threat, though? I think that's the ticket. Okay. How do we figure out the threat? So we could do like a serialized field, maybe a string, and we're gonna say it could be. How do I want to do this? Some of it's just like test it out first and then go back and figure out how you might want to do it differently because it probably needs to be like a list of strings, and we'll call it threat. So that these are the threat strings is equal to new list. And so we could set this for the goblin like, okay, you're gonna have it needs to be more of a type though and not hmm. So like let's say the string was a villager. Well, we could do tags, like a list of, how can you even do that? Tags, I don't know. Strings, I guess it would be a string, and you would say, in here, if hit collider dot tag is equal to threat strings something. Let's do a get here. Let me just do this. Do public string public bool check tags, check threats, and we want to for now we want to All right, so we could do like a current threat, public current. Uh, just a game object, current threat, and this would return a game object, I guess, or really doesn't need to do anything. Just set threat. So in here, set threats. And then, okay, maybe we do want to do a bool. Let's change this. Let's do an if. Set threat. Then we're going to just break out of this whole thing. We found one. Quit looping through all of our raycast. We're going to put a little skip here. If hit dot collider is equal to this dot collider. How do I do that? Dot game object is equal to this dot game object. We're going to break. Is that what you do, or you continue? Continue. Breaking, I think, takes you completely out of it. Continuing means you go to the next one. So don't even bother doing this. Actually, we can just do this, really. Whatever. Do it like that. So we're going to return false if we don't find anything. We're going to loop through. Okay, so we need a list of raycasts. Wait. No. We just need just a raycast. We don't need the list. Just call it the hit 2D, or just the hit, whatever. So for each string, and we're going to say threat string, and we're going to check in that threat strings collection if hit.collider.tag is equal to threat string. We're going to say, we're going to return true. And we're going to set our, equal to true. Don't do that. We're going to set our current threat is equal to hit dot game object dot collider dot game object. Okay, are you following along? We need to send it the current hit. You got it? We're going to loop through all the things that we're hitting now. We're going to have a list of threats. If that collider's tag is a threat, we're going to add it. Not maybe the way I want to do it. I don't really want to use tags. I want to try to be a little bit more clever with it. But for now, let's just do that. So in our test agent, do we even have a tag? We are untagged. Let's tag it to a villager. All right, fix that. And in here, in our sensors, let's add a threat string called, I'm going to sneeze. Let's see. I don't know if you heard my sneeze, but I just did. All right, back to this threat assessment. I think that was the first time I ever needed a sneeze while making one of these videos. A milestone. Here we go. So that's, let me just double check the tag, make sure I'm spelling it correctly. Villager. So what I'm going to do is play it. And so in our sensors, we have none. So let's move him. See what happens. Oh, I'm moving this sensor. I need to move the goblin. Start moving him, moving him. Wait. I can't see. Let me just move him here. Let's see our sensors. All right, so now we have our threat. Okay. So now that we have a current threat, how do we get that? All right. So let's go to our goals. Let's see our goals. In our scripts, our goals, and I thought we had go to, did I save it to the wrong spot? Yeah. Oh no, attack goal. So our attack goal is going to be a AI goal. No idea if this is going to work, but we're going to be testing it out. Override something, right? Is valid. So what makes it valid? A attack goal will be valid if our sensor threat sensor, right, let's do a threat sensor, and then awake. When we wake up, threat sensor is equal to get component, and this might have to be in a child. Get component in children called threat sensor. Let's see if that works. So if threat sensor dot current threat is not equal to null, then we're going to return true, else return false. Okay, let's save that. All right, and then let's go to our goblin. Let's add this goal called the threat sensor goal or attack goal. Okay. Now we are going to have some kind of string here. It might be like is threatened, something like that, and we will say +1. Priority is 1. Single action, it will be actually that will say no, it's not. Let's just leave that. Let's say threat goal. All right, do I need to do anything else? Let's just save it and see what happens. Let me pause the simulation, click on him. Let me debug him. Maybe I can't debug him because he's not an agent. Oh no, I can. Okay, he is not. We are still getting this. Okay, let's check this out. So this, it's not getting the threat sensor. Let's see. Sometimes I don't understand how this doesn't find it. I read a comment on one of the videos that someone wrote, "Don't give up." I said, "I'm not." Let's change. Let's just drag it into it, into the goal. Let's go here. Let's make it serialized. All right. Again, we're just trying things out, seeing how this works, seeing if it's something we might like. And let me pause it. What is it? Okay, so threat sensor is not current threat is not equal to null. Why is it? Let me get rid of this. Let's find out, everybody, if this works. All right, that gets rid of that. Objects near me. Let me grab my goblin. And does he have a... Let's see what his goals are, I guess. Goblin, he has no goal. Let me move him closer to that dude. Hey, you see it blinking, blink. My goal is threat. My goal is threat goal. Okay, so that is working. Let's do let's go to the goals real quick. We're saying check timer is 50. We're going to say 1. Now let's go to that action. So actions, we're going to add the move to threat. Okay, and this condition will be is threatened. And the thing is a 1. Okay. Right. Hold on. That's not how goals work. Goals look for effects. So the effect would be is threaten and 0. So is threaten is 0. All right. So cost is whatever. We're going to say move to threat. Duration is, we'll just say 0 for now. Let's save all, let's just keep all that for now. Okay. Goblin move to threat. Cost is that. Let's go to our goals. Is threaten would be 0. We want it to be 0. So find a action that will get our threat to 0. If I go to my goal, attack goal, actually, can I do that here? Maybe go to definition. Maybe we need a public AI agent. It's always a good idea. Let's get that. Let's go to our threat sensor. And so if we are threatened, where's that? Return true. So right here, we're going to say belief AI agent dot. And actually, this is how we do it. We do the world states dot modify state. We're going to modify the agent's belief, and we're going to say um, string is threatened, and we're going to modify it by 1. Now what we want to do is if, don't bother doing this, if threat, if current threat is equal to null. So don't bother trying to find another threat. Just do this for now. I'm not commenting anything, and that's really bad. That's really bad, because later I'll come back to it and be like, what was this? And then I have to read through all the code. I mean, either way, you know, you gotta read things. Did I even check if this is going to work or not? I don't know if I have everything. Okay, I did the wrong one. Let me move this here. Console, we're not getting any, we're getting some errors, so let me turn that off. Alright, I think I need to set the goal, the sensors agent, current threat to that. Click on the goblin, let me move them. Alright, so we can see here he is making a threat goal, but he's not actually. Let's get rid of this because we don't want to keep saying that anymore. What we want to do is when we find a threat, let's say target AI agent dot target object is equal to the current threat. Let's see what that does. Play it. Move the dude. Okay, we're still not finding this plan. I need to click on him. Let's pause. You can see he keeps trying it, but something's not valid. The condition, the effects. Let me just double check. The goal is that is threatened is 0. Okay. When I go to the actions, is threatened is 0. What if I just change this to 1 for a sec? Yeah, let's just test this out. Maybe I'm just having that wrong. No, we're still not making a plan. Goal string is if threatened is 0. So it's a problem with our system. We don't include zeros. All right, let's just say there's no goal. There's no, we're just whatever action, whatever. Let's just take this away for a sec. I don't know if this will even work. I doubt it. Stats are fine. Let me move this goblin. It's still not finding an action. Oh, this one still has that. Let me get rid of it. There's no conditions. Well, we can add a condition here, right? We can say is threaten is 1. That has to be the condition in order for you to even bother checking this action. Slide you down. All right, let me take a look at the attack goal. Where's the move to threat action? See what I programmed there. Agent actions. Move to threat. Okay. Set target. If target object is null. If well, what is true? It's not null. Maybe that was why. Let's see. Okay. Let me do some debugging here. All right, let's just say debug.log move to attack is valid. Let's do that real quick. See if we get some checking that the validity of it. Let me move this down here. Okay. Let me just make sure in our sensors, we do have a current target, current threat. Let me go to my AI agent. Do we have a current target? Target object is that, so we have all that. Not seeing anything. Why is that not? Let's go to collapse and let's just see. So it's not saying it's valid. If target object is not null, let's just make sure we're checking this at all. Move them down. All right, so we are at least checking the attack. But then it says target object is not null. Okay, I think I need to say AI agent at target object. Why do I have like 2? Okay, so I really need to figure out why I did that. I think I kind of know why. I think each action can have a separate target object. and then we set it. Well, we'll just do that. Let's do this though. We're gonna say target object is equal to the AI agents dot target object. Just make sure that's set. Oh, do you see him go to him? Good job. Let's see what happens. All right, so he's not threatening. He's okay. He's fine. Let's just kind of move him down here. Oh, there he goes. We have a null reference, but he is moving. What is this null reference? What the heck is this? Okay, we're not setting a map section for something, I guess. Map manager. He is moving towards it. Flips the sprite. If it's less than the map section dot transform to position minus this map section width is divided by 2. I have no idea what this was for. Comment your code. Comment your code. Map sections, transform position. Why do I need this? Oh, this is setting the map section. That's what this is. I'm going to put that in there right now. Setting map section. And it's saying that this is null. Why? Where else am I doing this? Find all references. Well, I'm going to work on this. This video's kind of going on long. I did some kind of like babbling at the beginning. But we are getting actions of our goblin, and if he's in the threat range, he does indeed do that action. Just one more time, let's test this out. Maybe, let me move. So here he's fine. He's fine. He is not fine. And he's going to go and do something to him. Arrgh. So, and let's see if I move him away. Let's see what happens. He's still trying to go. Haha. I'm going to get you. All right. Cool. That's all the time I got. I will see you next time. So long.